let's get into my summer makeup routine. My skin has been prepped and primed. I use the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer, especially my smile lines. That's why it gets like the creasing. For foundation, I'm going to be using the House Love Skin Tech foundation, and I absolutely love. I have been using this foundation all summer. It's actually my shade, but if it does not look like my shade, it's because the heat in Toronto fried me. I was forcefully tanned. So easy to blend. Look at the coverage. For concealer, I'm using the Too Faced Born This Way concealer in the shade Maple. This concealer was on my wish list for like the longest time, and I'm so happy it's worth the hype. I love the coverage. It's so easy to blend. Can we see that? I don't like to drag my concealer to the end. I just like to leave it like here. Perks of doing your nails. This product is self-explanatory. Like, gets the job done. You're gonna look snatched. You're gonna look contoured. Honestly, I don't even know why I contour my nose because I feel like I end up spoiling it at the end. But still gonna do it for the culture. I go overboard because I have a big forehead. It has to look snatched too. At this point, if you don't like liquid blush, just, just leave. I love to take my blush upwards. I don't know why. I'm going to be setting my concealer now with what I call the Power Trios. First, with the Maybelline in 230. I'm going to go over it with the Huda Beauty setting powder in Peach Pie. I know I said trio, but don't worry. The one size is going to come later. Take the powder, dust off the excess. If you don't like the very highlighted look, you don't have to go heavy-handed as I did. Huda Beauty. To set my face, I'm going to be using the Sephora Micro Smooth Powder in the shade 65 Toffee. Push this in. I'm going to be using the Makeup Revolution eyeshadow palette to get that pop of color in my eyes. Look at how perfect this looks. The orange shade. Nothing serious. I'm not even going to be priming my eyes. Even without a primer, the eyeshadow is still so pigmented. You know, I said we're going to come back to the one size. Back of my hand. Yeah. I take my brush, just push it in. So I'm going to be using the MAC Cosmetics bronzer to bronze this face. And I'm very generous. I was looking a bit cakey, so I toned it down with the She Glam Refresh Spray. Just like a breath of fresh air, to be honest. That's the only way I can explain it. We're going to be taking a generous amount. Never skip mascara on your bottom lashes. Honestly, makes your eyes pop. For today's lip liner, I'm going to be using the Revlon Color Stay in Mischief Maker. I'm going to be using the Fenty Gloss Bomb Oil in Miss Jellyfish. Ooh. It's summer, so using a primer is just not going to cut it. We need setting sprays, fixing sprays that's just going to make sure our makeup stays in place. These products are giving me life. Chef's kiss. You know what?